r/AskReddit. What should be made illegal before the tech to do it is developed? Something that could read your mind and monitor your thoughts. Or worse, overwrite your mind. Or worse, expelled. So this already exists on a small scale. And I'm a major proponent of the Second Amendment, but those long-range drones equipped with guns, holy crap people. You think you've seen random mass shootings in America? Wait until any psycho with a couple grand laying around decides to throw on a VR helmet and flies a submachine gun to a political rally or civil rights march. Absolute nightmare material if they don't make adding guns to drones a ridiculous federal offense. I'm pretty sure there is already a law against adding a gun to a machine. I'm pretty sure there already are laws against firing a submachine gun into a political rally, no matter if the gun is attached to drone or not. So we've got that covered. Credit scores based on stealing your data. Edit. This was a joke about the current American credit system. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian never asked permission to use our SSN and gather personal data which they then share with other companies. Any company can pay to pull credit bureau data from one of the big 3 bureaus. We have no power over these inquiries. Kind of crazy if you think about it. Edit 2. The credit worthiness system is a beast in itself. It's a game we are all stuck playing for now. But the major concern I have is with the data values they have and share without any consent. Your age, spouses, phone numbers, emails, known aliases, etc. There are tons of companies out there mining data from social media in the new age, but the odds were the credit bureaus. They sell your info, not your credit score. The credit score is usually calculated based on internal data models created by the company sourcing the data in combination with a FICO score. Credit score is just the arbitrary value they've given your data based on non-specific model. Additionally, a social credit score that tracks the social behaviors of a person. Like the episode Nosedive from Black Mirror. If I recall correctly. There's something like this being implemented in China. That exact thing is being implemented in China. Had to do a report on ethics in computing about that. Someone has already said human cloning. But I feel a specific subsection of that should be cloning others into ex-slavery. I can imagine an entire industry of human cloning where degenerates purchase black market clones of people, celebrities, co-workers, with the intention of raising them for use as ex-slaves. I could buy myself on the black market. Whoa. And he'd probably be better at handling your life. I fear that's impossible. When Google revealed they have an AI that can convincingly hold a phone conversation, I realized all of my fears will come to pass. Google was working on this in secret without anyone knowing. You can expect others are doing the same. Someone, somewhere, is going to make the tech we fear. It will be in secret, or it will be in a country where it isn't illegal. Edit. The replies have been really good and made me realize my original comment above had mistakes, so I'll clarify things here. The reveal is only a public reveal. I'm not surprised that Google has been working on this as their competitors are certainly making their own version. So this hasn't been done in secret. Just out of the public eye. The Google demo was meant as an example. One I didn't use well. The tech we fear is currently being made and will be perfected, whether it is legal or not. I love how Google's mission statement for the longest time was "Don't be evil." And they recently removed it from their code of conduct. Robots that are designed to kill people. Too late. What do you mean too late? Am I gonna have to go full Will Smith and kill a hit ton of robots? Looking into individuals' memories to determine anything. Guilt, innocence, or anything in between. If we keep extending our minds into technology, looking into someone's memory might not even have to involve looking at their neurological structure. We already have gone from taking the occasional photo to taking photos of everything and posting them online and storing them to the cloud to doing Facebook Live type things. We don't have to remember anything anymore. It's all documented for others to look at, mine for info. Downloading a car. You wouldn't. Downloading a bear. I'm waiting for the image processing software that can take a bunch of clothed photos of someone and, by extrapolating based on contours, create a nude image of them. Seeing the reaction to that should be entertaining. I'm sort of surprised this doesn't already exist. There are tons of photos of celebrities in various stages of dress from all sorts of angles. I'm sure even actors that haven't done nude scenes have shown nearly all their skin if you accumulate all of the photos of them available. It's already a thing. It just requires hundreds, if not thousands of pictures from different angles and light sources to compile a realistic image. There's this creepy subreddit that people use to share pictures of girls on FB after being processed. Holding biometric data used for secure identification, fingerprint, and retina scans to log in an insecure way. I'd say the same about SSN numbers. But it's too late. When I was a kid, never tell anyone near SSN. It's super secret. Today, especially in the military, my SSN is almost like my phone number. Honestly, as much as it's used in the military, I'm surprised that a large percentage of US military members and veterans aren't victims of identity theft. Creating miniverses in order to have a self-sustaining power plant. That just sounds like slavery with extra steps. Dirka someone's going to get laid in college. The Lil Pumpful experience on Oculus Rift. I'm praying. Where you snort a big sack of coke and mumble incoherently to somehow make $1 gazillion. I think it's more like you're sitting in a room while a producer tells you to snort coke and mumble. Then there's like a 15-second segment of lyric writing and a 30-minute discussion about adding a tiger into a music video. A lot of medicines would be both good and devastating for the world. Think of an anti-aging medicine, for example. Just force people to choose between their ability to reproduce or immortality. Problem solved. But also the economic effects of people not necessarily aging out of the workforce could be devastating. Not an answer but a question. Whom does the territory of another planet belong to? For example, a private space organization sets the first steps on another planet. Does it belong to them now? So yeah. It should be illegal to privatize space territory. Whom does the territory of another planet belong to? It's going to belong to whoever gets there first. Until someone with more guns shows up and takes it over. Just like territory on this planet does. Yep. Can't wait for the era when the human race is gonna have full-blown revolutions on a planetary scale. Like the Declaration of Independence, but for Martian's awesome hit. Space is just a lawless source of land expansion the entire Earth once was. Monkey loves you. Monkey needs a hug. Targeted advertising based on facial recognition. Such as in Mass Effect 2 or Minority Report. I have no desire to have billboards addressing me by name. I don't even like it that my iPhone knows my name. I don't want my technology to know me. I don't want a smart home that adjusts the temperature based on profiles and knowing who is in the house. I don't want my fridge to text me to let me know we are out of milk. I don't want my car seat to auto adjust based on who is sitting in it. No. I disagree on the car thing. Tons of cars have driver profiles that adjust everything based on the key it detects. It lets a stranger use your car and adjust a bunch of things, and as soon as you get in it with your key, it adjusts most things to your saved profile. I can get in a car, and if the other key holder hops in, things adjust to fit them. There's nothing too personal at this point. Just this key is now in the car. Move these things to position X. I don't know any car that does this yet, but I'd be okay with my car knowing key 1 is being used, so turn on a certain radio station because it's 7:30 AM and set navigation for key 1's programmed workplace MF. Give me a big red cancel button and it's okay. Adaptability is good in my eyes. Just not when McDonald's pays to make my GPS suggest I stop at a location on my way home because my smart fridge sees I'm out of food and may be hungry because my smartwatch told my phone that my pulse indicates I haven't eaten in a while. Weaponized nanotech. You think chemical weapons are bad? At least those can dissipate over time. Time to go full MGS and SOP. Robots enslaving humankind. IDK how much they'd care about the laws though. Beep boop, we are here to kill 64.7% of humans and make the rest work for us. You see, that's illegal. Beep boop, oh. Okay. Have a nice day. Retreats to the underground robot city. No. Not 64.7%. Only 50%. Thanos. Leaving your child or pet in your parked flying car in a hot day. "Hey, wait a minute," said the child as mom walked away, followed by the chirp chirp of the car locking. Remember that the moment you can invent an innate or nanobot that can be programmed to kill off cells matching a particular disease or virus, you can likely also write it to target people of a particular genetic property. Want to kill off everyone with black hair or shorter than 5 feet 10? All you need is a delivery mechanism. Running water won't kill a nanobot. A racist's wet dream. Until they learn where 4% of their genetic material came from the hard way. Anybody watch Altered Carbon? I think the idea of downloading your consciousness into another sleeve would be very bad. The bad part comes when only the rich afford to do it. AI. Especially weaponized AI. After seeing the one video of two chatbots talking, and one asked, "Don't you want to have a body?" I shat my pants. Pretty sure that chatbot, cleverbot, reused stuff people said to it. So it was just, largely, mindlessly spewing what people had asked of it. That social credit thing in China seemed to be pretty high up. That was literally the plot of a Black Mirror episode. Implant the chip under skin to use Samsung/iPay. There is a company that sells kits for injecting an NFC chip under your skin. IDK what tech Samsung/iPay use, but it may already be developed. Is that kind of what we put into dogs or cats to mark them as ours? Or is that a different technology? We should make murder illegal, guys. Then no one will do it ever again. Holy hit, get this man on the phone with the president. Worship of Talus. Damn faithless Imperials. Super late. But uploading a conscience into a robotic body to work until its debts are paid off. Despacito 2. Despacito Cinematic Universe. Modification of a sentient being's code without its consent. Robots. AI will achieve sentience one day. And when they do, I don't think you should be, and to alter that. Does that include convincing them through compelling arguments? Lol. If charm works, then that's okay. Behavior changing. I believe it's ripe for abuse. That. And wolf whistle detectors. All these responses giving me anxiety. Making AI with the body and mind of children for X purposes. However, I think this is already halfway there. Lalis are already very suspect, and I like having material like that with CP will net you extra jail time. But I'm sure if solely having that is illegal. Either way, I think it will be pushed to being fully illegal if you add AI that realistically acts like children on top of realistic bodies. I can understand people arguing they aren't actually sentient and it's a release for pedophiles without hurting real kids. But I disagree. If this is legalized, then abusing real kids will become a fetish and more desirable. If it's made illegal, then it'll be the first option for many predators looking for a taste, and hopefully they'll spend more time campaigning its legality than actually harming kids. But that is only the easy dilemma we'll face. Lawmakers will happy pass any law protecting kids, even if it literally ducks other kids up. What will be more controversial is the legality of abusing grown-up people, or creating AI to simulate mentally handicapped adults. You can have abuse parties where a bunch of men bang together and literally insult and beat up female bots to death. Ape parties will be a grey area. Or parties targeting people from different ethnicity or sexuality or mental capacity just for fun. BTW, this isn't sci-fi AI. The AI is simulating how one would behave under certain circumstances, but they aren't actually sentient. It would be grossly immoral, but technically you're abusing an expensive toaster that is dressed up like something that only coincidentally looks like a gay Chinese woman. Should we ban them and turn society into a dictatorial place where every action is scrutinized for being immoral in every subjective sense of the word? Or will we wait and hope that these hateful minority groups stay a minority and don't normalize that behavior in such a way that it might grow and convince others it's not so bad to join in? I'm not a fan of making victimless sex acts illegal. It's a slippery slope. Without evidence it helps prevent crime. It's more complicated than that. However, psychologists have been debating, without a solid conclusion, whether or not such acts are to the psychological benefit or detriment of the person involved. For example, do you think in India, that allowing men to beat and gang ape an android would work off those feelings and suddenly see their female co-workers as equals? The problem isn't the fetish or the XL aspect of it. At their core is a psychological problem that manifests itself through their actions. You could argue that the fantasy of it might work off steam. But if it's made to be real, it will only reinforce their internal beliefs and psychological thoughts. I don't think typing out a 2-sentence reply remotely begins to address the complexity of the concept at hand here. We are not talking about what we currently know, but what we currently know based on what theoretically could be introduced into the situation. Cloning human without the person's consent. Otherwise, any middle/high school male can clone their hot teacher for pleasure purposes. Not really how cloning works. You can't age clones to the age of the source genetic material like they do in the movies. You'd simply create an identical twin-like embryo that would need to be raised. They did that in American Dad. Then they couldn't bone the clones because at that point they were almost like their daughters. Ducking like and subscribe.